The opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of Eastlink TV, its sponsors, or partners.
Now in Sudbury, iTech is officially in the north offering spill response, remediation, and vacuum truck services. iTech provides 24-hour support to insurance, transportation, industrial, and municipal sectors. Visit itechenvironmental.ca or follow iTech HQ on Twitter.
Your garden can turn an empty plate into a full belly. This year, plant and grow an extra row and donate the harvest to your local food bank. Plant a row, grow a row for the hungry. Help us help those in need.
Now in Sudbury, iTech is officially in the north offering spill response, remediation, and vacuum truck services. iTech provides 24-hour support to insurance, transportation, industrial, and municipal sectors. Visit itechenvironmental.ca or follow iTech HQ on Twitter.
And you're watching the episode on Eastlink or online. I don't care where you're watching it. Thank you for watching. You're fantastic. We're here tonight, of course, in lovely SRO nightclub in downtown Sudbury. It is good to be back. Ladies and gents, we have an amazing show for you tonight. But first, there's a couple things I need to get off my chest. Things that have been bugging me. First off, snow. What the deuce, snow? Every single time you come, everybody forgets how to drive. It's stupid. It's like the first snowfall lands and all of a sudden people don't know which pedal is the brake. Ladies and gentlemen, we go through this every single year, okay? It's not that hard. Stop being in shock and awe. Remember, gas, wait a second, gas is here, brake is there. Simple. It doesn't help that I have these neighborhood kids throwing snowballs on my car every time I try to back out of the driveway, that's what I meant to say. Actually, they seriously wait for me in the morning. They're jerks. The other thing that I want to talk about, New Year's resolutions. Why do we do this to ourselves? I've got a New Year's resolution this year. I want to drop 30 pounds. Now, I know what you're saying back at home. Please, Sean, you're sexy enough. You don't need to. Don't worry about it. For the love of God, if you lose any more weight, you're going to ruin my marriage. Too bad. I'm doing it. You know why? Because I really want to discover if I have abs underneath all this. I think they're there. But you know what the problem is the fact now that the U.S. Senate has made pizza a vegetable. If you make pizza a vegetable, I'm never gonna find these abs. The rationale is that tomato sauce comes from tomatoes, thus it's a vegetable. Are you kidding me? The only thing that a Pizza Hut or a Domino's pizza has in common with the tomato is the fact that it's red. I seriously think that the U.S. Senate is run by fifth graders. What's gonna happen? If the U.S. makes pizza a vegetable, is Ottawa gonna respond by making beaver tails a fruit? Where does it stop? It's ridiculous. Seriously, America, if you want us to stop making fun of you, stop doing stupid things. Some guy just said the U.S. is stupid. That's funny. No, but seriously, it's like you guys are so out of shape and fat now because of your 5 servings of vegetables a day. You can't even fight back now. It's ridiculous. All right, I'm good now. Whew. That feels better to get that off my chest, to be honest. Snow and vegetables. Listen, guys, we have an amazing show for you tonight. We have a Canadian rock legend in the building. We have Brian Vollmer from Helix, man. I wanna rock! Telling you, this is gonna be awesome. We also have an amazing guest in the 5-Minute Major with Alex. We have Frankie Corrado from the Sudbury Wolves. He is gonna be killer. And for your listening pleasures, we have the amazing, awesomely talented Gord Este here to play a tune that he wrote for the episode. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around. It is going to be awesome. But first, what I want to do, guys, we're going to introduce a new segment on the show tonight. Lately on our Facebook page, we've been posting some funny pictures and getting you guys to comment. Now, tonight, what I want to do is I want to read the top 10 comments of a photo we posted a little while ago of a panda bear who looks... Oh, technical difficulties. It looks like our garbage can on top of a stool with a laptop on top of it just fell down. Who would have thunk that would have happened? Seriously, we're a good-looking crew, but we're not a smart crew. But regardless, even if you can't see the photo, you can see it at home. Here's how it's gonna go, guys. Our top 10 #1 comments. The person who has the top comment is gonna win a prize. We haven't figured it out yet. Pretty sure it's gonna be a back rub from our director, Cliff. Number 10. Hey, where am I? What happened last night? That's from Jeannie Trienic St. Pierre. Number 9. I don't think you quite got the hang of planking, from Cassandra Dini. Number 8. 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, floor, from Celine Tellier. Number 7, this is the best weed I've ever smoked. Hey, that cloud kind of looks like my ex-girlfriend. Coming from Andrea, not a pot smoker Solsky. Number 6, was it or wasn't it eucalyptus? I feel very funny, from Janet Lewis. Number 5, the last time I buy a camouflage suit off of the clearance rack, maybe if I hold still, no one will see me, from Steve Hume. Number 4, this is my personal favorite. Andy Barbados stole my mustache. Go on without me, boys. Thank you, Kyle. Seriously, I'm gonna slap that mustache off your face, Andy. Number 3, I'm never drinking with Lindsay Lohan again. Where are my keys? That's from Al Kawa. Number 2, this is the most intelligent one we got, from Ranji Singh. Despite imminent extinction and a life generally behind bars, biologists report that most pandas generally spend their days wondering who Gossip Girl really could be. And number 1 in our prize winner comes from Benjamin Bonish. He is a gem, and I appreciate this, sir. You know what? Those poachers are right. Pandas are finger-licking good. Sorry, Greenpeace. Ladies and gentlemen, we normally play a skit at this time, but right now we want to show you an amazing brand new act coming out of Canada. These guys are killer. If you're into dubstep, if you're into dancing, if you're into feeling happy, you want to check out Vilify. She's out of Toronto. She's out actually in Montreal. She's doing amazing things. Recently, she was here in town, and we just want to introduce you to her because we want to bring more acts like this. It is a fantastic Canadian talent.
Well, actually, when I was DJing in Sudbury, one guy in particular was kind of consistently tipping me throughout the night and came and dropped a big pile of loonies and toonies and then was throwing bills consistently through the night. DJing and getting tipped is always interesting, I guess. Yeah, I've gotten tipped a few times, but never like that and consistently throughout the night. Decent, no small change. And then just shook my hand at the end and left, so that was appreciated too. Sure, yeah, I mean, I tend to spin really dark music. For me, I was traveling in East Africa and we had a discussion on religion, and I was gonna be on the road for 4 months, and I knew at some point that I would hear the name, and someone said, when I brought up the negatives side of some of the things we were seeing in development and religion, I brought up to the group. Someone was like, oh, everyone tries to vilify religion. Yeah, that's it, so. Yeah, I mean, for sure the crowd, their feedback to what I'm playing is what keeps me going and gives me drive. I find that I can really play so many different genres of music. For me, being able to get up there and play, you know, dubstep, hip-hop, metal, reggae, whatever I want, helps feed me and keep me creative, and just having that ability to play all over the spectrum, what keeps me going, I guess. wickedbad.net/vilify, SoundCloud/DJ Vilify, Twitter/DJ Vilify, destinedtolive.com/DJ/Vilify. There's like 20 mixes on there. Skyrocket Entertainment. So remember one of those and you'll be good.
Welcome back to the episode, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean, but more importantly, this is Brian Vollmer from Helix. He is Canadian rock legend, man. Thank you very much. Fantastic to have you on the show. All right, right, man. Brian, first things first, man. Can you give me an R?
Well, actually, I can't give you an R because I give the last R I had to a guy named Ricky,
okay.
who lives in Sunnyvale Trailer Park, and so I'm fresh out R.
He's a good guy. Okay, well, you know what?
Good guy.
I appreciate the fact that he got the first R. That's cool. Don't worry about it, man. But you, sir, are legendary in Canada. You got so many incredible hits going on. Over 30 years doing this, man, with Helix.
37, actually.
37 years. Okay, you're doing this for 37 years, man. What's it like touring now versus back then?
Well, now we tour mostly on the weekends across Canada. We still play over in Europe a little bit, down the States a little bit. Back in the day, we played 6-7 nights a week through the bar scene in Canada, all across the United States and Europe. Did several tours over there during the 80s with everybody from Motorhead to Rush, Whitesnake, Quiet Riot. Nowadays we play with a lot of those bands, but it's much more in festivals and things like that than an actual tour where you're doing 50, 60 dates.
Well, I mean, like, you're sitting back when you're starting out, right? You're trying to make a name for yourself. You're trying to build a band, get people to know who Helix is. But now you're sitting back, I mean, 37 years, people know you, man. They know the hits. We were having a conversation before where you gave me a really creepy suggestion that I was possibly conceived one of your albums, which really gave me a horrible mental image, man. But, I mean, you're sitting back, and right now you could just ride on the fact that, yo, you're Helix. So when you walk into a town and you've done all you've done, what keeps you going? Why are you still doing it?
Well, first and foremost, you got to be in the business for the love of music, and I'm still in it for the right reasons nowadays, which is the love of music. It's funny that you say that, you know, you're recognized in different places. We just played in Sweden, and we were sitting in a restaurant there, and the guys, somebody from our group went to the washroom. We had, you won't believe this, but there's Helix posters all over the bathroom, so it is nice.
So you've gone through a lot of permutations in the band, a lot of change-ups. I mean, from the original roster to now, you've gone through quite a few changes.
That's right. Now we're back to the original guys.
Now you're back to the original guys. How did that happen? Where did you guys, what made you decide to come back to it?
Well, it was quite by accident. I had a bunch of guys in the band, and then they all quit on me right at Christmas time one year. And so I went back to Brent, and I asked if Brent would come back and be in the band, and he thought about it for a couple of days, and then he agreed to get back in. And then I had Sean Kelly, who's been my writing partner for the last couple albums. He wanted to be in the band for years, so I went to Sean. I said, well, listen, I don't need a guitar player, I need a bass player. Would you play bass? So Sean came and he was playing bass for me. And after a bit, he got an offer to go play guitar for Nelly Furtado and make way more cash than he makes with Helix. So he left and he went to Nelly Furtado, and at that point, I got Daryl back in the band and Fritz, and suddenly the original lineup from the 80s was back together.
Awesome.
Quite
Last thing, man, you're on tour right now.
Yeah.
New album, what's it called?
New album's called Skin in the Game, and I wrote that with Sean.
Awesome.
Yep. Awesome.
Brian, it's a pleasure to have you on the episode, man. Keep rocking, doing what you do. It's fantastic, man. Hey, guys. We have a whole lot more show going on. Coming up next in the 5-Minute Major with Alex, you're going to be talking to Frankie Corrado from the Sudbury Wolves. Stick around and stay tuned. And thanks for watching us, because it makes me feel good.
Curious Times Bistro offers carefully selected items that appeal to all taste buds. From Caesar salads and chicken marsala to wild kangaroo and sea urchin, Curious Times, 1200 Paris Street, 705-522-3500.
We know where they've taken her.
We are here to save the princess. But the princess is sleeping.
Imagine what a little time can do for your family.
Hi, I'm Lana Taylor, and you're watching the episode.
Comes the music.
Welcome back to the 5-Minute Major. I'm your host, Alex Francis. Folks, we are lucky enough today to have two people on our panel. First, I'd like to introduce Frankie Corrado. He is the star defenseman of the Sudbury Wolves and a draft pick of the Vancouver Canucks. Thank you for doing this. And second, we have a man that needs no introduction, well, mostly because Sean introduced him already, but he is a rock legend in Canada, the front man of Helix, Brian Vollmer. Brian, thank you so much for doing this. All right, so I guess we'll get right into it, folks. Sex in the media. Justin Bieber, paternity suit. Recently, Penn State has had a sex issue as well in terms of Joe Paterno coming under a little bit of heat because he covered for one of his ex-coaches. And I understand, folks, that last week we already touched on this topic, but since then, the Syracuse men's basketball program has also had a little bit of an issue with some sexual indiscretion. And what's coming to light now as well is the fact that these universities are apprised of the information, apprised of the situation, but years after the fact this stuff is coming out. What's your take on this, guys?
Well, you know, like a lot of, like if you find a vulnerable player, you can, you know, and you're someone that's into this, you know, you can target a vulnerable player because you have the powers. It's really sick, but you know, it's definitely something you don't want to be seeing very often. And obviously the schools want to cover their name. You know, they don't want people saying, you know, well, maybe I'm not going to go to Penn State now because I heard about that stuff. So, you know, they're definitely defending their name as a school, and you know, they don't want to throw their coach under the bus as much as, you know, they might have to.
And see, like, Brian, what's come to light as well is, so for example, Joe Paterno covers for Mr. Sandusky, and now we're finding out that Bernie Fine, who is the assistant coach at Syracuse, who works under Jim Boeheim, who is a legendary coach in basketball, Boeheim has been covering for this gentleman as well. So it goes. I guess my question would mostly be, what responsibility do these coaches have to take it to a higher authority level? What tends to be happening, and based on the law, is they're being told that, you know, they have to tell their superiors within their organization, and then it doesn't go anywhere past that.
Well, aside from the business thing, I think they have a personal responsibility as a human being to report physical abuse. I think that people are much more educated today than say 10 years ago. Like obviously some of this stuff's been going on quite a long time. But education is the way to changing that situation, and to make people realize that they can't cover up those types of indiscretions that are going on.
Do you think these coaches, I mean, these coaches who, for the most part, are the face of those particular programs, so again, like a Joe Paterno or a Jim Boeheim, do they, I mean, obviously they have a responsibility, to the school that pays them, as they're employed there. But I mean, what responsibility do they have, moral responsibility, say, just as a citizen, in terms of they're letting these guys around these children day after day, week after week, year after year? And in both cases, I mean, this has spanned 2 decades in both cases.
Yeah, it's it's tough because you're sending your kid away to university. He's like 18, he's going on a full scholarship, and you think he's getting this top end coaching, and it turns out that now it's starting to come out that these guys are getting fondled and stuff, and it's terrible to hear. And these schools are getting a bad name, and it's not necessarily the school's fault. It's just the coaches and who they're hiring to be coaches. And
but do you think the coach in particular? So
they do.
Do they have a responsibility to not only report this to their superiors within their organization, but I mean them go to the go to the police? How
do you live with that on your conscience, knowing that an 18-year-old kid just came in here and you're doing bad stuff with an 18-year-old kid that has got all the talent in the world? You need to report that kind of stuff, and there should be someone that's able to report that kind of stuff kind of above him and take it to higher authorities.
So you guys have a problem with either of these coaches in particular being dismissed. So I mean, Boeheim hasn't been fired yet, but as things come to light, that may be a situation. But I mean, a guy like Joe Paterno was asked to basically leave the institution at what he's done. Do you guys have a problem with that at all? In terms
Not at all. No, they should be dismissed. Aside from the personal responsibility, there's the liability from being sued, and that whole situation has changed now too. Where people are launching lawsuits, and so if you're a part of an organization where you're a coach and you're trying to covering up for the school, you're not really doing the school any favors in the long run. Whereas maybe 30 years ago they were trying to protect the reputation of the school and blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, you should be looking after the, protecting the school from, say, being sued or getting a big lawsuit or losing face or whatever that's attached to the stigma of sexual abuse.
That's perfect, guys. I appreciate you coming out tonight. That's your 5 minutes. Sean, back to you.
Francis gives magnificent massages. The guy has magical fingers.
Yes, I do.
Yes, he does. Ladies and gentlemen, it is really a huge pleasure right now because I have an incredible talent sitting right next to me. His name is Gord Este. He is gonna blow your minds, simple as that. He has written a song specifically for the episode here tonight. So ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the musical stylings of Gord Este.
Love child, young and wild, you have grace and you have style. Sun and clouds at your command, make a wish, girl, make a stand. Though at times you may feel down, life may push you around with everything you have to give. Just live and let live. And don't forget that I love you, and my love will get you through. You're not alone in this world. Beautiful, smart and brave, I'm so happy you were made. I woke up to a brand new day. When you looked at me, I couldn't look away. Now the whole world's not the same, with a new player in the game and a brand new deck of cards, Earth, Moon, and stars. And I know that you love me, and your love has set me free. I'll be alone in this world, but you're my little girl. I'd be alone in this world without my little girl.
That works. Ladies and gentlemen, Gord Este! That was fantastic. Listen, we're going to be right back after this message from our sponsors, but stay tuned. I got to chat with Gord.
Now in Sudbury, iTech is officially in the north offering spill response, remediation, and vacuum truck services. iTech provides 24-hour support to insurance, transportation, industrial, and municipal sectors. Visit itechenvironmental.ca or follow iTech HQ on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Cliff, director of the episode, and I just want to talk to you about the fact that it's winter outside right now. It's snowy, it's icy. I want you to be careful on the roads. Don't speed, don't tailgate, don't text and drive. Please don't drink and drive. Be careful out there on those roads. That's your message from the episode.
Choose her or you can choose me, whichever one you want. Yeah. Okay. What do you think? Let's car washes! How's it going? Hooray! Sexy. Show me your G-Ran. Magical fingers. Oh, my feet are sore. Oh yeah. Oh, it feels good. All right. Whew. Need a beer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the episode. My name is Sean, and more importantly, this is Gord. Gord, thank you very much, man. That was fantastic. Thank you.
You're so very welcome. Thank you.
Listen, you were telling me earlier tonight that you wrote this song specifically for being on the show. Where did the inspiration come from?
She's sitting over there. The inspiration for that is my little girl. Yeah.
I gotta say, and it was really cute because tonight, before we were setting up, I introduced myself to her, but she was too busy doing a sound check to actually talk to me. Because she seems like not only is she your daughter, but she is your tour manager and make sure that everything is A-OK.
Absolutely.
Now,
I'm on an allowance. Yeah.
Listen, you've been playing around Sudbury for a long time. What inspires you? I mean, your daughter is obviously a huge influence, but what else makes you do the things that you do?
I like to perform. I really like to get in front of people and try to see if I can't move them in some way.
Now, last thing, is there any way we can check your stuff out on Facebook? You got a website, anything like that we can check out?
That's with a computer, right?
Yeah. Not so much? Listen, if you have the pleasure, check out Gord Este. He is a gem and definitely one of our most talented Northern Ontarians. Guys, thank you so much for being here on the episode, tuning in at home, being here in the audience. Check us out online at www.theepisode.ca. It makes us feel good when you do those types of things. My name is Sean. Have a great night. And this is Gord. Cheers.